What is going on, guys? Another week in the crypt, another short video of me talking about which characters are worth going for, which gear is worth going for. So without any further ado, let's start as usual. We are going to start with the characters. I think that this week is pretty self-explanatory. You should avoid getting Swarm Queen Devourer, you should avoid getting Commando Kano, and you can consider getting Classic Shansung if you are in the mood for farming. I mean, Commando Kano, Swarm Queen, Devourer are downright atrocious, and Classic Shansung is one of the best golds in the game, but it's always really, I don't know, you have to ask yourself whether it's really worth spending for gold characters in the crypt. After all, you have to really do a lot of grinding in order to obtain just one copy. When it comes to the diamonds, you should avoid getting Circle of Shadow Kitana. She isn't really that great. In certain situations, she can shine, but she has to be high fusion anyway. So if you don't have her, or if she's low fusion, let's say fusion 1, you can simply pass. You don't really have to go ahead and buy her. Cold Scorpion is actually one of the most underrated characters in the game, but I wouldn't really recommend spending 10,000 hearts on him unless he's very high fusion already, let's say fusion 7, fusion 8, then it is okay. It is okay to gain an extra fusion because more or less he's going to be one of your main fighters. Generally speaking, Cold Scorpion in my opinion is one of the very best characters in the game. Diamonds, he's not really an S tier, but he's definitely an A or A+. Unfortunately though, he only works at high fusion, so if you unlock him and you expect him to be incredible, to do something else apart from stun loop, then you are wrong, he won't be doing much. And this is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Dead Kitana though, if you don't have Dead Kitana and you use a lot of outward characters anyway, then I would advise you to go ahead and buy her. She adds tons of value even at Fusion 0. She's a support character, so all you need to do is to let her rest. As long as she's in your team and she does nothing, she can add tons of value by virtue of her being in her team and triggering her passive. This is how great she can be. So definitely, if you don't have the Dead Kitana and you're using a lot of outward characters, then you should go ahead and buy her. However, if you don't use a lot of outward characters, then you should just consider her or shortlist her. It is totally up to you. Definitely she's going to be super useful in the crypt. Definitely she's going to be super useful in survival mode. Equipment. Femme Fatale Comp. You can skip this one. It's not really that great. Definitely 100% skip it. It is not really incredible. When it comes to the Restless Ninja Call to Arms, it is a pretty useful piece of gear. If you don't have it, I would definitely advise to go ahead and buy this piece. It is cheap and it can be very crucial in certain situations. For instance, if you cannot really power drain and use the weak point attacks talent, you can use this basically gear as a substitution. It's going to be pretty cool. Wicked Sister Sultry Gown. Increased chance to apply blind to an opponent after tagging from 40 to 46%. Increased duration of speed gained upon applying blind to an opponent from 5 to 6%. Of course, you're going to get 40% Fusion 0 and 5% Fusion 0. I'm sorry, 5 seconds at Fusion 0. So, is this piece really worth? I would say that it is decent. It isn't incredible at low fusion, but it is decent. For one thing, you can give it to your main character, and every single time when somebody attacks, you're going to gain this incredible speed buff for 5 seconds, which is pretty substantial. It's not really a game changer, but it's good. So, since the last season wasn't really that great, for this one I would advise you to go ahead and buy the Restless Ninja Call to Arms and to shortlist the Wicked Sister Sultry Gown. It is a good piece, but I wouldn't say it's really one of the very best pieces in the game. After all, it is a Brutality set, so if you don't have, for instance, if you're just missing this piece from Melina Brutality, then of course you should go ahead and buy it. But if you don't, then you should shortlist that piece. So, if I have to summarize what I said so far, you should avoid the golds, and you can only consider Shansung only if you're in the mood for a really long grind in the crypt. When it comes to the diamonds, you should avoid Circle Shadow Kitana. You should consider Cold Scorpion if you already have a lot of fusions on him, because he isn't really incredible at low fusion. And you should consider to shortlist the other Kitana depending on whether you're already using a lot of outworld characters. When it comes to the equipment, you should go ahead and buy the Restless Ninja Call to Arms, and you should shortlist the Wicked Sister Sultry Gown. It is, after all, a pretty decent epic armor. Alright guys, this is going to be all for me for today. I hope you found this video useful. Very soon I hope you're going to have some news about the update, or the update's going to roll out, so I'm going to be releasing more frequent content for now. I'll be just sticking to the formula that I've been using for the past weeks. 1 or 2 videos per week. I'm sorry, but seriously, there is nothing new in the game going on at the moment. See you next time, guys. Take care.
Perfect.